Hello guys and welcome back to Makeup FOMO. Today we are doing almost a full face of new makeup slash first impressions. I have my foundation done because that's pretty much the only thing that I didn't have a new product for, but oh my gosh, this is heavy. Check out this freaking box. Oh god. It's gonna be kind of hard to show you, but without everything falling over. But do y'all see this box? This is like layers and layers deep of basically all new stuff that I have yet to try. So I've never tried out any of these things in here. There's a ton, like this is heavy. There's so much stuff in here. There's like literally layers of stuff, all different kinds of products, eyeshadows, face stuff, basically a little mix of everything. But the only thing that I didn't have any one of was a foundation, which is weird because I usually have a lot of new foundations that I'm trying out. So I did my foundation and I'm going to hop into this box of goodies. Not all of this is like new products to like the world. It's just new to me, a lot of them. Some of them you've seen in some recent hauls and stuff that have been on my channel. Some of them I've had and haven't hauled, but I just haven't tried. And I just got out of the shower also, so my hair is wet and like kind of not in the best shape, but this is about the makeup. So if y'all want to see me try out a bunch of new stuff, then let's get started. Okay, so like I said, my foundation is done, but I really need to conceal because my under eyes are still popping out and I have just like a few blemishes and stuff. And so I really cannot wait to try this. This is the e.l.f. What are they calling this? The 16-hour camo concealer. So for concealer, I'm going to be testing this out. I don't understand e.l.f.'s packaging. I just love the packaging on this. It kind of reminds me of the new Milani concealer, like with a really like kind of thick, like fat tube. And then kind of like the, you know, Tarte Shape Tape or Too Faced. It's got this like freaking massive doe foot applicator, which I really like. I know that's kind of trendy right now. I'm into it. And I don't know how this color is going to work on me. The color is light beige. It was a little bit hard to pick out the color with this because I ordered it online, but I'm hoping this is gonna work. I'm gonna try to use this under my eyes and to spot conceal because I do have a few like blemishes peeking through that I want to spot conceal. So my initial thoughts are that this is so yellow. Like I do not typically go for yellow toned concealers or foundations. And so I don't really think the tone is right for me at all. It also goes a really long way though. I definitely think I used too much because I'm having to like really spread it. So you can probably use a lot less than I did and still probably get as much coverage as you would need. I feel like on camera, I look like a ghost. I think the color's a little bit off, but it might warm up to my skin. It might oxidize a little bit. So let me give it a second and see if it looks better. I feel like it's looking a little bit better after a few minutes. I like how it looks. It looks good under my eyes. So next, I like really feel like I need to set my face. So this is the Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder. This is obviously a little bit of a smaller size. This is a travel size, but I'm super excited to test this out. I don't think I've used anything from Derma Blend before, but this kind of feels like it's one of those like silicone-y almost kind of powders. I actually also have this brush set that I want to test out in this video. This is the BH Cosmetics Royal Affair 10-piece metallized brush set. This is kind of how they look. They're obviously still in their packaging, but they're just really pretty. They've got like this slate gray and then the pink on the top and the bottom, kind of ombre. These like feel like really nice quality. They're kind of heavy duty. This brush is so interesting. It's got such a funny shape to it. So these don't have names or anything. I think this would probably be what I would use for foundation, honestly, because it's kind of just like a flat top kabuki. Oh gosh, it doesn't even really fit in the container. So I'm just gonna set my face, my under eyes. I'm just gonna set everything with this same powder just to see how it works on all like the different areas. I have some powders that I prefer for under the eyes and some that I prefer for the face. So in order to determine which I like this better for, I need to kind of test it out on both, you know? So this is what I'm looking like now that my face is set. This brush is super soft and I actually really like it for packing on powder. It kind of controls the product really well. I mean, it's just like a translucent powder. I don't feel like my skin looks any different than it did before I set my face, other than just like a little bit less tacky and a little less dewy. But I don't feel like that like really smoothed it out. I don't think it added any like luminosity. I don't think it literally did anything other than set down the liquid products. So I don't know. I don't feel like this is that exciting. Okay, so the next product that I'm so excited to try out is this Physicians Formula matte sculpting little it's like a little palette, I guess you would call it, but I'm sure y'all have seen this before. This is not new at all. This is just new to me, but this is that little trio with the like kind of like matte highlight like under eye shade, and then the like cool toned contour shade, and then like the warmer bronzing shade. So I actually want to try out all three of these. What I was thinking I should do is use this a really light matte, like it's not really a banana powder, but I feel like this might be good for setting under your eyes. I'm not using any of the BH Cosmetics brushes because none of those are like a really tight, small, tapered under eye setting brush, you know? But I do want to see if this kind of sets and smooths under my eyes a little bit. So I actually think this was a good move because I feel like it's kind of helping make my concealer look a little less like harshly light, and it's kind of just blending it in a little bit more with my skin tone. And then I think I want to use this brush for bronzer. It's kind of like a slightly tapered, they don't really have names for these, unfortunately. Like, it has a list of all the brushes on the back of the box, but these are not named or numbered or anything. So I have no idea how you're supposed to know which is which. Oh, wait, it is numbered. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I was like, why are there numbers and these don't have numbers? They do have numbers. Okay, perfect. So the one I use to set my face with is the large flat top buffing brush. And this one here is the tapered powder brush. Oh, perfect. Excellent. So I think what I'm gonna do is just warm up my face all over with this warmer bronzer shade. And because there's not really like a really small contour brush in this set, I'll use my own contour brush, and I'll use the cooler toned shade to just like chisel out my cheeks and my forehead a little bit. So I'll use all the shades in here, but I think I'm just gonna probably need to step outside this brush collection for a couple things, just because it doesn't cover all my bases. So this is that warmer toned bronzer shade. I think this is a really, really pretty shade, and I think this brush is everything. I usually don't like something quite this flimsy. Like, I usually like something a little bit more dense for my bronzer, but when you're just kind of doing an all over the face bronze, something like this works really nice. I'm just gonna grab my Real Techniques brush. This is just a little bit more like, this is a little bit more of a precise brush. And I'm gonna use this cooler tone shade and just chisel out my cheeks and forehead a little. I really like the like shade and tone of that contour. It's pretty intensely like grayish purple. Like, it is very cool. So it can look very unnatural very quickly. So definitely make sure to use a light hand and like really, really blend, because it's an intense contour shade. It's straight up gray. I'm loving this. This is great. All three of these honestly work perfectly for me and for my skin tone and with those brushes. So yes. So I actually have two different blushes here I want to try out. This is Milani's Dulce Pink. And then I also have this Tarte blush, which I love. It's in the shade of Blushing Bride. I obviously haven't used it yet, but since I just got married a couple months ago, I just love bride things. So isn't that shade gorgeous? I really want to use this. I just think this is gonna be so pretty. I mean, this is really pretty too, but I think I just really want to try this one. We'll keep this mostly drugstore, but I have a high-end lip product too, so, and high-end mascara. But okay, so this will just be mostly drugstore. And I think for a blush brush, I'm gonna use this guy. It's again a lot bigger and maybe not too flimsy, but a little bit more flimsy than what I typically use for blush. But this is the angled blush brush. Okay, this is a blush brush. We'll use it for blush. I really like the shade of this, but I just feel like I had to build that up a lot. It's looking slightly more intense on camera than it is in person, but I just feel like I had to apply like layers and layers and layers and layers of that to get like the level that I'm at right now, which is how heavy I like to wear my blush. So I'm a little bit surprised because I feel like Tarte blushes are usually a little bit more pigmented than that, but maybe it's just this specific shade. It's kind of an intense color. It actually could just be this brush though, because like I usually use something a little bit more dense for my blush, and so it picks up more product and like deposits it a little more heavily, which is what I typically do. So I have two different highlights to try out. I have this Wet n Wild I'm So Lit. This is one of their new loose highlighting powders. And then I also have this Flower Beauty Strobe and Highlight little palette that I hauled in my Ulta haul. I'm so excited to try this, but I feel like everyone has this and everyone talks about this, and even though I'm really eager to try it, I feel like y'all have seen it a million times. So I think I want to try out this Wet n Wild one, also because I'm obsessed with my other Wet n Wild loose highlighters. Like, they're some of the best in my collection. So I also just kind of have like really high hopes for this one, and I'm just so excited to try it. A little pro tip, I actually just tried to like rip this sticker off of it right here to open it, the one that has the shade name on it. And then I realized it's literally the only place on this whole thing that says the shade. Like, it's not on the product itself. So don't rip that off because you won't know what color highlighter you're using. But this is like a really nice like gold champagne. I accidentally put way too much in this part of the lid. But, so I'm just going to use this. Actually, whenever I use my other highlighter, my Wet n Wild one, it's just because these are so intense. I'm going to use this large crease blending brush. This actually reminds me a lot of my Alamar highlighting brush. They're kind of similar in shape. This one's just a little more frayed out, but just because I use it a lot, I think these are nearly identical in like shape and size. For me, like a fan brush is too flimsy. Like, I feel like it doesn't do anything. So if this is anything like the Alamar one, I'm excited because this is like, it's just the right size for your cheekbones, and it's just the right amount of density to kind of blend it out. So I'm excited to use this as a highlighting brush. And I'm super excited to try this highlighter. So I'm just putting a tiny bit on my brush and tapping it off. Y'all, I swear, Wet n Wild makes some of, if not the best highlighters at the drugstore. These are just so insanely like wet looking and like almost like glass looking. So super quick before I go ahead and set my face, I want to throw on some lip balm. This is the Beauty by Pop Sugar Be Sweet Tinted Lip Balm. It has SPF 15 also, which is really cool. And how beautiful is the packaging of this? I love it. The shade is Clear Skies 07. Oh, it says Crazy in Love. That's cute. Oh my gosh, this freaking packaging. Have you ever seen a chapstick more beautiful? And so it's just like this clear chapstick, but I was suckered in by this packaging. This is just too pretty. That feels so good. And this smells like coconuts. That smells really good. And it feels really good, actually. And then really quick, I'm just going to set my face with this e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. It's actually in the like scent of coconut. Speaking of coconuts, which I'm so excited about. Plus it's dewy. And I love dewy, and I love the smell and scent and everything of coconut. So I'm so excited for this. My last e.l.f. like illuminating spray, I freaking hated the sprayer on it. It was so aggressive. So I'm hoping the sprayer on this is a little less aggressive. Oh my gosh. That smells unreal good. Ooh. It feels really nice. The spray is definitely better. I mean, it's still a little bit aggressive, but it's definitely less aggressive than my last one. And I don't think, yeah, it's not leaving like those droplets on my skin. I want this in like a body spray. Okay, so we are going to move on to the eyes. I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette today. I've been so excited to use this. This is just such a pretty palette. It's got so many cool shades. This palette is freaking gorgeous. So I don't want this video to be forever long, so I'm just gonna zoom in. I'm gonna use a couple of these brushes and just kind of point and go for it.
Lightning strikes by my window. It's my Could have slept here for days. I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe, but it's not real. We were close to see the sun, but clouds got in our way, and
y'all, so my thoughts on this stuff. These brushes I actually really quite like. I didn't end up using this angled one, obviously. These two are just like very freaking stiff, so I don't really feel like these are that easy to use, and I don't feel like they do much. This one would probably really be nice for like smudging out your lash line, or maybe like some like gel liner, but I'm not super stoked on like these flat ones. These blending brushes, however, I love. I love this big one and this little one. As for this eyeshadow palette, I feel like I have kind of mixed thoughts. Like the shades, I feel like they blended out pretty well, but some of them are just like kind of duds. Like this shade low key, like, I mean, y'all saw I had to use my Wet n Wild highlighter because like this just is nothing. Like I just pressed so hard into that pan and like nothing is coming up on my finger. So I just think that shade might kind of be a dud. It also kind of looks like it's one of those like subculture shades where it looks white but it's really like a pink. So I'm not too stoked on that shade. And honestly, my lid shade, this one up here, I kind of am not really super excited about it either. It was a little bit more like brownish than I was expecting. It's also like not very shimmery, as you can see. I think I might actually just top over it with my highlighter. I'm literally just using this highlight for everything because I like a little bit more something going on my lid. So that shade I'm not into. Honestly, basically what I'm, wow. That's what I'm talking about. I think the moral of the story with this palette is that the shimmer shades, at least the ones I've used so far, they're a little bit of a letdown, to be honest. The matte shades, though, have all done so well. So I'm gonna hop off here really quick, just throw on some eyeliner because I don't have anything brand new in terms of eyeliner. And then we'll be back to do our mascara really quick. So I look so crazy with that mascara on, so I really need to put some on. And we're going to be trying the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I have heard this is like the best mascara ever. It's just got a lot of crazy claims on here. The bottle is really a cool shape and really like kind of fun. It like feels nice in your hands, if that makes sense. That probably sounds weird. And the wand looks pretty standard, just like a kind of like spiral bristle brush, so it doesn't look like anything too crazy, but I am really excited to try this out. I've heard literally nothing but good things. And I have curled my lashes as well, by the way. Y'all, this is just the first little coat, like a pretty quick coat, and I feel like already my lashes look pretty freaking good and just really black, really lengthened, really separated. For some reason, what I really like about this wand is that it's super like long, and the way this handle is like kind of tapered down makes it really easy to hold. I always end up like poking myself whenever I use a new mascara on my lower lashes. Okay, so the hype is real. These lashes look So good. This, I wasn't really expecting much, but when I saw this brush, I was like, that's kind of like a standard mascara wand. I'm not really expecting, you know, it to change my life, but this looks so good. But while that dries, I just want to try out my lip color really quick because I'm so excited. It's the Dose of Colors, just classic bullet liquid lipstick in the shade Blush. I showed this in my Ulta haul. I am just obsessed with this packaging. Like, it is just, I love Dose of Colors packaging so much. And the shade is just such a gorgeous, like, nude. I'm so excited to test this out. I've never tried any of Dose of Colors, like, classic lipsticks, only their liquid lipsticks. So, I'm so excited. This is just so my shade. This is exactly what I was hoping it would be. Just a really nice, kind of a baby pink, super creamy and buttery. The only thing I will say, though, is that it smells like makeup, kind of like your mom's makeup, like, or not your mom's makeup, but like kid makeup. It just smells very waxy and chemically. I freaking love this packaging. Alright, you guys, so this is the completed look with all these new products. Can we talk about this mascara? Tell me my lashes don't look like unreal. I'm super excited for the most part with how this went. I think I loved everything, except I was not super sold on this powder. The highlight is probably my favorite thing, or this. I mean, I mostly just like the smell of this setting spray, but I really liked this. So like I said, everything will be linked down below per usual. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, we would love to have you. We have so much fun here, and until next time, I will see y'all in our next video. Bye, guys.